Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, the gatekeepers, you stage a hostile takeover every single day, and you make me do whatever you want. At least that's how it sort of used to be. We've adjusted things just a little bit. You guys, it's still your show, but we have to try and protect the channel because outside forces will take it down if we go too far and break YouTube community guidelines, even though we didn't. Anyway, hope everybody is doing well. Monday, December 8th, 2025. I'm doing all right. I did get sleep last night. I got a bunch of sleep, but I had one of those bad wake ups. Had another, and I get these often because it's because of my nose, my general ability to breathe. I had a sleep paralysis wake up, and that's always jarring, especially when I know I'm alone and no one's gonna shake me out of it or wake me up, and I have to fight out of it myself and kind of force the body to wake up. And it's a terrible feeling. I hate it, just because this one was completely brought on because I'm still a little sick. My nose completely closed up, and my mouth was hanging open, and it was completely dry because it had been hanging open because I was reflexively breathing through it because my nose started to close up, and literally tongue is sandpaper dry now, and I'm trying to breathe in, and everything's like, and it was just terrible. It was terrible, and it was one of those bad ones. And I realize it's happening, and I try to wake myself up, and it just kind of falls apart on you, and it's a fight. But I got through it. I woke up. I'm not lying dead someplace because I suffocated or anything. Isn't that a great way to start? Isn't that great imagery? Anyway, so here we are. It's Monday. We're ready to go. And I woke up today to news. I said this yesterday. I said it yesterday. The story of Warner Brothers is not over. It's not ending. It's going to continue to get better and better. And I wanted this because it's going to make for outstanding reporting and content. That's right. So we'll be talking the takeover, the hostile takeover bid in a little bit. But we'll get through. We'll continue to warm ourselves up by the double D fire. Wouldn't that be a glorious thing? Warm yourself up by a double D fire. I still dream of having that happen right now, even though in my current situation, I know it won't. Anyway, hope you guys are doing all right. The rules are as follows, because no more watching videos. And I'm still considering the new one that was offered. I need a little more time consideration. But it is $10 to get an Adam rant on just about anything. And the voice is back. You might even get me to a high-pitch laryngitis. If I push too hard, that could be funny. And then, of course, $15 Get you a question, ask me. I'll tell you no lies. We have discussions. That's the one I love the most. And that's the one I want to keep encouraging you guys to take part in, because you ask me a question and we'll have discussions. I love discussions. I love talking things out, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts. Then, of course, $15 gets you a hot take instant reaction on any article we come across in the news if I haven't covered it myself. And then, of course, one of my favorites, chat made me watch this reviews, where you guys can pay the $35 to basically have me do a review on this channel. No edits, no takesy backsies. And we have one in there. Oh, whoa, I just realized this. Okay, yeah, no, I have one. No, sorry, I have one waiting there. Kel has me wanting to watch Southland Tales. And I have to be nice to my bestest friend, Dermy, in the world. But we're going to have to keep Southland Tales until Wednesday. Until Wednesday. Because we got a lot to do. Hail, Kevin Ties, how are you? Yeah, so we're going to have to do Southland Tales. I know Kel's going to be fine with it. He doesn't mind if I take a little extra time, because we got a busy day today. After this, I have to watch The War Between the Land and Sea. Because tonight, myself and Endless Jed and Dermy, maybe Dermy if he can make it, we are bringing back Doctor Who Cares reviews. And we're going to be having a good old-fashioned panel discussion of first two episodes of The Land Between, the War Between the Land and Sea, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, so Jed's already seen it. He says it's dog shit. Therefore, I'm looking forward. I'm going to be watching it this afternoon when we're done here. And we will get to that. So I have that to look forward to. There's other clips and videos to look forward to if you missed the round table yesterday. And, of course, we have today's top story. And also today we're going to be going over a game that I wonder if you guys will want me to stream. And remember, all donations and tips, all super chats, everything goes into this month's tiers, the Be Merry tier or Be a Grinch tier. For every $100, I'm either married to somebody or a Grinch, a bully, a bastard, an asshole to somebody. Right now, I am being the bestest friend I could possibly be to Dermy. He is a good guy. Otherwise, I'm being an asshole to Weasel the Shaved Furry, who watches Zootopia 2 over and over again. He recently had a party where people dressed up as their favorite Zootopia characters and had a watch party. It's terrible, I've heard. And of course, Kratos, the man who wants to destroy my channel, the man who is who lives to see me suffer, because he's a horrible villain destined to crush me under his heel. I have to be mean to him. And this being merry or being a Grinch lasts until Christmas. Once we're past Christmas, we're back to normal. But until then, I encourage you to force me to be merry. There's still plenty of people I have to be merry or be a Grinch to for the next 3 weeks. Plenty of people. We can do that too. Plenty. And you can reverse it. You can reverse it. Let's just say we get another $85 on the Grinch tier. And you could make me turn against my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Dermy. You could do that. It would be terrible, because I don't want to be mean to Dermy, because he's my friend. He's my friend. We've been through so much together. So I wouldn't want to turn on Dermy for another $85 in the Grinch tier. I wouldn't want to do that. Or just to reverse it, for another $55 in the Be Merry tier, I could celebrate Weasel for being a furry and shaving his furriness down so he can wear another furry costume on top of it. See, it go either way. We have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun. So there it is. Those are the tiers. Now, do I have anything I want to warm up with? Remember, guys, hit that like button. Hit the like button. Show YouTube the love. All right. So do we want to dive right into the main story of the day? Because I don't really have any warm-ups, because it's Monday. It's Monday. Everybody's talking about this. So there's nothing else being talked about. That, or they're still whining, complaining. Oh, James Gunn, Superman. Oh, we love Superman. Oh, now Supergirl. So there's either that. There's always that there. There's always that there. But we talk about that stuff all the time. So why don't we dive right into the big news? So I woke up this morning and It's been rumored all weekend that Paramount Skydance was not happy. They were not happy with the resulting exclusivity talks that Warner Brothers Discovery now has with Netflix. And we've all shared our commentary. I've shared it several times, what I think about this, what I think about that. And throughout all that I said, I don't think this is over, because it sounds like the Ellisons are going to play hardball. And lo and behold, here we are this morning. Indeed, the Ellisons have decided to attempt a hostile takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, that's the thing. Netflix just wants Warner Brothers Studios and HBO Max. They just want the media aspect for streaming. They don't want the terrestrial stuff that has to do with all the channels and all the networks that Discovery Global, what they want to turn Discovery Global has. But Paramount wants it all. They want it all. So let's read a little bit in this, and then I'll add something else to it, which I never liked in the first place, which could show that I can be critical of people that I do like. So the David Ellison wants to add another $18 billion in cash with the help of some of that, as my good buddy Dre likes to say, some of that ARAB money. Some of that extra ARAB money. They want to add another $20 billions in cash. So what we essentially have here is they're offering a $108 billion hostile takeover backed by his family, along with the Redbird Capital and multiple wealth funds, to take over all of Warner Brothers Discovery. So they're going directly to the shareholders. What this means, for those who don't understand what this means, we are now in what essentially a proxy battle. It's pretty much a proxy battle. They are going to the shareholders, and now what's happening is Paramount Skydance are trying to buy up as many shares of publicly traded Warner Brothers Discovery that they can, and cajole other large shareholders to join them by pooling their shares. And if they have enough shares and win the bid at what is essentially a proxy bid, where everybody submits a vote for electing a new board of directors for Warner Brothers Discovery, that would mean what they're trying to do is get enough seats on the board to therefore nix the deal with Netflix and welcome the deal and essentially take over, control the board of directors, and basically say, now we are Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers. That is essentially what this is. That's the nuts and bolts of a hostile takeover. It's all about getting seats on a board of directors through voting shares, publicly traded shares, and taking control. That's how you do it, whether the company wants you or not. That's why it's hostile, because right now, Warner Discovery, they want to happily make a deal with Netflix. They're willingly turning over their company to Netflix, saying you can have all the board of directors, everybody gets a payout, this and that. But now Paramount Skydance is saying, no. We are going to force our way onto the board, and we're going to change the course of this media history. And we go down further. Let's read this. The Paramount offer for the entirety of Warner Bros. Discovery provides shareholders with $18 billion more in cash than Netflix consideration. And that is how you generally approach the shareholders. Because if you are a shareholder, if you've bought stock in a company, you did it to make money. You didn't do it because you love the company. You did it to make money. It's capitalism. It's greed. Greed is good. We all want money. I'm a poor. I want more money. So they're appealing to people's avarice, the shareholder avarice. And if you bought shares, that's what you want. You want money. Therefore, they're saying we're going to make sure you get more money in your pocket for your stock payout. That's what's going on here. And that generally works. Because I guarantee that people who have shares in Warner Brothers Discovery, they're not doing it because they're diehard lovers of what Warner and Discovery are doing. They did it because at some point they expected to get a decent return on their investment. And that's now what Paramount is offering, a massive return on your investment, jacking up the value of a share with this to probably over $30 a share. Because if you buy in low and then you sell high. If you buy in at, let's just say $15 a share, and suddenly you get over $30 a share, that means you're making an extra $15 per share. And if you buy 100,000 shares, guess what? You're rich. If you sell it all, if you liquidate it, you are rich. Yeah, you got to pay your fair share in taxes, but you make a hefty sum. And that's what they're appealing to with this. So, Warner Brothers Discovery Board of Directors' recommendation of Netflix transaction over Paramount's offer is based on an illusory prospective valuation of global networks that is unsupported by the business fundamentals and encumbered by high levels of financial leverage assigned to the entity. That's an interesting statement right there. Illusory prospective valuation of global networks. That's Paramount Skydance saying streaming doesn't make you money. At least that's how I see it. It's saying the idea of that that Netflix is eventually gonna make everything streaming is a lie, and that you're gonna get value for your shares. It's a lie. And I happen to agree. There is no real money in streaming. It doesn't make money because subscribers are a fickle thing. And there are only so many subscribers in the world who are going to only pay once or monthly, whatever it is. But it's not stable, if you ask me. And of course, you added the fact that we know that Netflix probably wants to end theater exclusivity of movies or long theater windows. Paramount team expressed frustration multiple times at an investor call on Monday, that's last Monday, saying they felt they had been frozen out with the conversation with Zaslav's Warner Brothers crew as the deal talks went into final days in early December. Throughout the totality of the process, we never received a single markup of the document, COO Andy Gordon griped. And now we're pretty much going to get into more of the nuts of the bulge, which we're not going to go into. But this is the reality now. This is the next chapter, chapter 2 of the battle for Warner Brothers Discovery. And Paramount has a lot of money. With that, as Dre said, the ARAM money, they got a lot of money backing them up now. So they may pull this off. And you know what? Go for it. In the end, Paramount is a better deal for content than Netflix. At least Paramount wants to try and do something. Netflix just wants the catalog and the IPs and to eliminate HBO Max as a competitor. They don't really care about having Warner Brothers Studio. They don't care about the health of the properties like DC, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. They just want the catalog. They want to make sure that Netflix is the only place you can watch the Lord of the Rings movies. They want to make sure that Netflix is the only place you can watch 100+ years of Warner Brothers television and movies, including stuff like Looney Tunes and countless other things. DC, we talk about yesterday, DC animation, the good stuff, not the crap, the good stuff. They want to make sure that's where you can only go for that. Countless movies that I have. I mean, Lethal Weapon. They want to make sure it's the only place you can watch Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon is a Warner Brothers production. Only place you can watch Lethal Weapon, Netflix. That's what they want. Because in the long run, they save money by owning all this stuff outright than paying for it on a yearly basis to host it on Netflix. So that's the news about this. But there is one more thing that I don't like. We all know that I support the president. I believe in what President Trump is trying to do to save our country. But I do not like that since the beginning of this, he's inserted himself and the administration into this purchase. That Trump signals Netflix Warner deal may face antitrust scrutiny. I'll be involved in that decision. That isn't right. That is not right. He should not have a say in any of it. He has the FCC. He has the regulatory boards that take care of this. He should not be inserting himself into this. This is wrong. The president should not be doing this. It's not good. He should be outside of this. I mean, the government is going to be involved in this because there is supposed to be a lack of monopoly. But even with Netflix, Warner Brothers, Comcast, whoever won this, it was always going to be a monopoly in some way, shape, or form. That is a fallacy that some people are pushing that, it's only a monopoly if Netflix gets it. No. Paramount would own 2 studios. Skydance would own 2 studios. Skydance would own Paramount and Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, a vastly larger studio than Paramount at this day and age. And they are still then taking another streaming service on, HBO Max, combined with Paramount Plus. That's a monopoly as well. There's no difference. Netflix is just a more It's just a different kind of monopoly when it came to the streaming because they don't own a studio. Would have been the same with Comcast. Comcast would have owned Universal and Warner Brothers. So the idea that anybody is crying, oh, it's only not a Netflix monopoly. No, it's a monopoly for Paramount too. And the president should not be directly involved in this. That's why he has his that's why he has the FCC and other regulatory boards to deal with this. So this saga is going to go on for a while. Now the whole window of what's going to happen in 12 to 18 months, that goes on pause because there's no rule against Paramount Skydance filing the proper paperwork to begin buying up shares and a hostile takeover to control the board of directors of Warner Brothers Discovery and then take it all. Now, some people out there also say it's political. It's political. If you're supporting Paramount Skydance, you're MAGA. You vote for this. You believe in that. Shut up. Just shut up. This isn't about politics. This isn't about politics. To me, it's about creative control, and it's about the health of the industry. And Paramount is better for the health of entertainment than Netflix. All right, there we go. Those are my thoughts. I'm sticking to them. I got to blow my nose real quick. Hold on. Trump has more thick socks. Okay, one, the FIFA just gave him an award, so that's classic Trump. Someone was just really nice to him, so he's going to talk. He's going to say nice things about them, and then I listen. I don't care either way. And something's wrong with my studio chat here. My studio chat is not. I'm only seeing chat on Stream Elements. I'm on Stream Yards. I'm not seeing my chat here. Give me 1 second here. Let me leave studio and refresh it real quick, guys, because I want to make sure. Because sometimes I want to make sure everything's working here. Hold on, hold on. Oh man, talking and breathing, trying to get there. We go, fixed it. There we go. Okay, there we go. All better now. Now we can see it. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit the like button if you love what's going on here right now, if you're enjoying. So there it is. There it is, though. That's the I knew this wasn't over. I go back to yesterday roundtable. I said this is probably not over. They're going to do the hostile takeover, and here we are. The Elsons got a lot of money. Got a lot of money and a lot of influence. They're going to try and now do it the hard way. They're going to do it the hard way. I still think that Warner Brothers took the deal with Netflix because of that guaranteed $5.8 billion, no matter what happens. I still think that's why they took the deal, because they knew shit might go down. And if this breaks up, if here's the thing, if Paramount successfully takes over, successfully has the hostile takeover of Warner Discovery, Warner Brothers still gets that $5.8 billion from Netflix. They still get it. They still get it. So they're going to win either way. All right, so there's that. There's that. So do we want to dive into the news? Yeah, why don't we dive into the rest of the news? And then we'll do the game thing that I want to talk about. Unless you guys have any other thoughts, remember, you guys can direct the open this. What's going on here? You guys, what's this? Shut up, studio. I hate it when studio tells me shit that's unnecessary. You guys can direct traffic here. It is you could always you do that anyway. You have the hostile takeover of this show by telling me to do things. And Kel, I don't know if you're here. We're gonna try and do Southland Tales on Wednesday because I gotta watch War Between Land and Sea to this afternoon for tonight. So I would not have time tonight to watch Southland Tales for tomorrow. So we'll probably do that on Wednesday. Okay, why don't we get into the news then? Let's get into the news while you guys decide my fate for the rest of the show. Okay. Let's do a quick refresh as usual. Make sure we have up-to-date news. All right. Ugh. Anderson Cooper will stay at CNN after striking new deal. Well, of course, no one else wants him. No one else wants him. He's a retard. Letterboxd Video Store sets launch date in 23 countries featuring previously unreleased indie movie gems. I'm sure there's a market for that out there. Not for me. I have zero interest in that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a market out there for that. Golden Globes breakdown. Who's gaining? I don't care about the Golden Globes. Nobody cares about the Golden Globes. Stars of filmmakers, F1 head on Nuremberg, and more unpack the power of collaboration and varieties. I don't care. Kate Winslet says plastic surgery in Hollywood is devastating, condemns terrifying weight loss drugs. It's effing chaos out there. She's not wrong. She isn't wrong. Look what it just did to the likes of Kate Beckinsale. She's turned herself into a mutant. Why? She looks terrible now. We've talked about it recently. Shit, I had her name and I lost it. I hate that when I'm cycling names too quickly and I lose it. Femke Jensen. Just a short time ago, look what Femke Jensen did to herself. She's not Femke Jensen anymore. Why did she do that to herself? It's a travesty what Hollywood does to the beautiful women that are a part of it. Terrible. Just terrible. Netflix mobile games, the best guest live launches tonight. How to play and win 15 grand. That's so sketchy. No. Don't trust. Don't care about Golden Globes. Don't care about any of that. Don't care. And here it is. Paramount vows to release more than 30 films theatrically a year as it launches the hostile takeover for Warner Bros. Discovery. Wow, that's a ballsy thing. Because there's the thing: if Paramount does take over, I've seen this grab now. Those are two studios, and how much can each studio produce if you're under one company? So that's a bold statement. That's a bold statement. And if they do it, good. Now here's the question, though. Here's the question. Will they understand that you have to lower budgets and you need to go back to the mid-tier movie, the small movie, the large blockbuster? You need to go back to the different types of movies you're making. Don't try to make everything a billion-dollar home run. We got to wonder, would they understand that if they go forward with it? YouTube's Neil Mahone named Time CEO of the Year. You mean Mohan? You mean this jackass who hates his own company and makes my life more difficult because he's changed the algorithm so drastically that me with a 4,000 plus sub channel is getting views equivalent to a 100 sub channel right now? I mean, Adam, that's on you. Your subscribers aren't doing that. Maybe my subscribers aren't getting notified. Maybe I'm not getting pushed in their feed if they don't look at their subscribe tab. Maybe I'm one of dozens of channels that they subscribe to and they don't see my content because it's not getting pushed. Maybe they don't have notifications turned on. All because this guy who hates his own company wants to turn into fucking TikTok. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Fuck Papa Susan. The things have been worse since he took over. We didn't know how good we had it with Mama Susan. At least she didn't hate her own company. I don't want to be a shorts channel. Unfortunately, I'm a shorts channel now. That's what drives the views on this channel. That's the only way for me to stay relevant. I hate it. I want to go back to the day where I got real views on my videos. I'd love to go back to that kind of production, that kind of traction. Piers Morgan teams with WME to expand uncensored operations, seeks $30 million. Well, whatever. Paul Dano, don't care about Paul Dano. Don't care about Golden Globe. Here's the hostile takeover. Brandon Fraser and Dwayne Johnson on their life-changing mummy friendship, loneliness, and learning to stop trying so hard. Why am I doing this? Well, if they're actually friends, that's cool. I got no problem if they're actually friends because I like Brendan Fraser. I have no use for The Rock. I don't. But if they're friends, good for them. Gold Coast K-pop Demon Hunter lands 3 nominations, including Best Song for Golden and Animated Feature. Well, that's what it deserves to be nominated for that kind of stuff. But they're awards shows. Who cares? Yeah, that too. That too. All right, a question for you guys watching me on browser. I know it's happening on phone because I was talking to Jed about this the other day. Are you guys getting the occasional where it suddenly pushes it and side by sides the ad where I'm still on the screen, but the ad is running over me and you can't hear what I'm saying? Are you guys getting that? Because if you are, I thought I didn't have that shit turned on. I don't want that happening during a stream. I don't like that. That's ruining your experience, like Kel's talking about all the fucking time. I know it happens on phone. I know, Kel, you're watching me on your phone because you're at work, and I hate that. I didn't know that was happening. I don't know if it's happening on browser because it happened to me on browser when I was watching Jed, and then the chat ad on the black chat about that I know does happen, and I can't do anything about that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm considering just turning off monetization on the streams so you guys have a clean experience. That's what I'm considering right now. I mean, that would mean I would need you guys to you've had it on browser, okay, but you have the ad blocker on, okay. I mean, I'm considering turning off monetization on the chat, on monetization on streams, so that you guys have a cleaner experience. And but I mean that requires, of course, super chats and tips to make it profitable for me. But and I hate to ask of that, but the way YouTube runs their ads right now, it's abusive and it's oppressive. And it's one thing to show an ad at the beginning of the stream, another one at the end. And I don't like it that it does on the chat block, but that's not stopping the actual stream. But if they're dumping ads in the middle of the stream, bullshit. Bullshit. I don't have that shit turned on. I do not have putting ads in the middle of my streams turned on. But if they're doing that anyway, I don't like that. I really don't. So fuck Mohan. YouTube's a shit show right now. It's not my fault. Okay. And I'm considering it. I am because I want the viewing experience to be easy. I want it to be easy because not all of us use it. I don't use ad blocker. I use my ad blocker on Chrome so that when I share a video, it doesn't get interrupted. But I don't use ad blocker on Firefox, which is where I do my general viewing of YouTube. So either way, so yeah, it's bullshit. YouTube's a disaster right now because of what this guy's doing. YouTube is asshole. Correct. YouTube is asshole. And but it's the only place to be. It's still the only place where one can really have a chance to do this. Now, I mean, the unfortunate thing is being a small channel. I suffered the whims of the algorithm. A larger channel can bully through it with their subscriber base when they have their foundation of core people who are going to show up and watch and donate and click and all that kind of stuff. They push through this, but me, Jed, Dermy, we suffer these tides and the shit that they fuck around with, and it continually hurts our algorithmic presence. So the best thing you guys can do is hit that like button, stay subscribed, chat. You talk in the chat. That helps a lot. Chat with each other, chat with me. During this particular stream, I do my best to interact with you guys a lot. But you guys know that usually like on Roundtable, on Drive-In, those are not streams where we interact with the chat between segments. But because the segments are the segments, we try to keep it with the panel so that we don't break the flow. But in between, we'll interact with you guys. But this is the show where we have our interaction. And I try to interact with you guys as much as possible. All right, let's keep going with this. Alex Cooper, Amy Poehler, Smartless, don't care about that show. Wagner Moura becomes first Brazilian male actor nominated lead drama. I don't care. I hate this. All this Golden Globe news. I do not care. Nobody cares about the Golden Globes outside these jackasses who want back pats and ass pats. Let's go one more. Judy Dex texts Kevin Spacey, says, I imagine Harvey Weinstein has done this to him, has done his time. What? That makes sense. Dame Judy Dench, don't talk. You sound like an idiot there. It seems weird. I don't care about a British fitness influencer. Don't care about the Golden Globes. Again, do not care. Ethan Hawke says he was aware of the complexity of Robin Williams' emotional life during Dead Poet Society. All that power and charisma came at a certain cost. Yep. Robin Williams, he had his demons, and they weren't of his own making. It was the chemicals in his brain. He had a problem. That's the sad part. Couldn't control it. Alexander Skarsgård boards gothic horror. The Wolf Will Tear Your Immaculate Hands by Clara Sola. Oh, listen, Bill Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård likes to do that kind of stuff. So, hey, the Skarsgårds, an amazing acting family. Amazing acting family. They all got that good acting gene in them. Don't care about that, definitely. Listen, this doesn't matter anymore. Hostile Takeover. Zootopia, we talked about yesterday, almost at $1 billion. And that's crazy. All right, that's enough of this. Let's move on to IGN. Fortnite confirms its most controversial weapon ever, the Infinity Blade, will return. I can't say if that's true or false because I've never played Fortnite. I don't know. Daniel Kaluuya gives an update on upcoming Spider-Punk movie in development. I don't care about Spider-Punk. I only care about Peter Parker Spider-Man. Don't care about your goddamn Spider-Verse shit. Assassin's Creed Shadows exec acknowledges mixed reactions to series' dual protagonists and admits with Naoe and Yasuke, it's more divisive. No. If it had just been Naoe, nobody would have given a shit. It was your whole insertion of a guy who was a footnote in history, who wasn't a real historical figure, turning him into the center of your goddamn game. That was the problem. Blackity. No one cared about that Naoe was in the game. In fact, I've been told that she was rather sufferable. She wasn't insufferable. She was rather sufferable. People didn't dislike her. It's the Yasuke shit that was terrible. Hostile Bid, covered it. Golden Globes, don't give a shit. Fallout Chief wants show back on the air as soon as we can. Yes. Was Fallout Season 2 coming next week? I'll be watching it and reviewing it on a weekly basis. Please tune in for that. They're going to try and get Season 3 out as quickly as possible. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Get back to real television seasons. Every year a season. That's how it used to be. We can get there again. Got to remember. GameStop says customers traded in 80,000 items during its Trade Anything Day, including a goose, a bobcat, and a Wii Netflix disc. I probably should have tried to take part in that. I really should have, but I didn't. I did not. I didn't know if it was going to be really worth the time. Quest, what do I have? The things I've retained, I actually want to keep. I don't have anything that I really want to get rid of. I travel light in the hopes of moving in the near future again. I travel light. I do not really collect and hold on to things anymore. Shenmue 4 video prompts legal threat from series developer, which says the footage misleads viewers into believing such content is official. Yeah. I almost got into the Shenmue games at one point, and then I said, you know what? Maybe not. All right, let me see. Alien Earth creator officially rolls out Predator crossover. So don't expect a Yautja to pop up in season 2. How about your show doesn't happen at all in season 2? How about that? It's still. I kind of believe that their season 2 happening is it's akin to old school animation deal where they bought X amount of episodes and just chopped them up into the seasons and say, oh, we got a season 2. No, you had that many episodes ordered and you just divided it so that you could make it look like you got picked up for a season 2. That's what I think. Hideo Kojima isn't entirely sure that his horror OD will work out as he had to rethink how he makes games from the ground up. I don't listen to the troll. Kojima's a troll. I don't listen to anything he says. And I'm not into his games, so I don't have to suck his dick. I mean, huge Rotten Tomatoes critic audience score divide. Fans, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 becomes box office hit. Yeah, it's doing well. It's going to make its money by next weekend. It'll be in profit. We looked at that yesterday. Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp presented with Jack Sparrow curtain from One Piece creator Ichiro Oda. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oda Sensei doing something cool like that. I appreciate it. I like that. Resident Evil Requiem GameStop listing leaves fans bewildered by mentioning Shock's second character, and it's not Leon. I, as a non-RE guy, I have no comment. Tech Development Chief Katsuhiro Harada announces Bandai Namco exit at 30 years. Wow. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Walter Goggins talks Fallout Season 2 Easter eggs, which I won't get any of because I've never played New Vegas. I won't get any of that. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best, guys. And now we're into old news. Park Place. Okay. Hostile Takeover. Disney Animation Chief Creative Officer Jared Bush speaks out on future after Wild's success with Zootopia 2. Yeah, they're going to make Zootopia 3. That's my guess. We confirm box office craters as sequel not projected to finish Far Below Original, which we talked about yesterday on Roundtable. We mentioned that, and I mentioned it last week when I covered Zootopia Explosion. Wicked for Good is underperforming. It's a massive fall off from the first one. Snyderverse is not coming back. Zaslav reiterates commitment to James Gunn's DCU. That's because you have a contract. And of course, you're not Snyderverse was never coming back. He was never coming back. But you have a contract with James Gunn through the next couple of years. So of course you're going to keep going. But whoever takes you over, be it Netflix or Paramount Skydance, once James Gunn's contract is done, once they are done adhering to the rules of regulation that things must stay status quo during mergers and takeovers, James Gunn's future is not secure. The DCU doesn't make money. They can pretend all they want. Superman made $100 million in profit. They can pretend to believe that bullshit all they want. We know it didn't make money. Reality knows. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. That's the news. That's the news. I'm sticking to it. All right. Well, you guys consider that. Let me check stream elements. Nope. You guys seem to be happy with the status quo. I'm not happy with the status quo, but you guys are happy with the status quo. Let's look at this. I came across this the other day, and I thought, hey, I'm looking for games to stream for you guys in the near future. Right now, we're in a bit of a streaming delay because I have nothing to stream for you guys, and what I have, I have it because it arrived, but it's a Christmas present. I can't start streaming this until after Christmas. It's just not right. I got this as a Christmas present for myself, and it's not Christmas yet. So I have to wait. Once we're past Christmas, we can start streaming DQ3 HD2D. And we'll see how far we take that. And next year, we've got Tides of Annihilation, Crimson Desert, and now possibly this. What am I talking about? Got a game here called The God Slayer. The God Slayer. Let's take a look at this. There's a video we're going to watch. A trailer. Pathia Games has fully re-revealed The God Slayer, confirming a multi-platform release, which is what I need because I'm a console peasant, guys. I don't have a mighty PC to play games on, so I have to wait until something comes to me. I'm one of those poor, terrible console players who ruins your multiplayer experience because I'm on a console. The God Slayer was originally teased under Sony's China Hero Project program, so it might be China Slop. Though it's now released for Windows PC via Steam, Xbox Series X, Xs, and PS5. While a release date wasn't announced for the third-person open-world steampunk fantasy action RPG, it was previously teased for 2027. Now, so it might be next year. It might be. Shut up, all, Phil. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I got something better for you. I got something way better for you. Here. You know what?
Stop, Wesley.
Yes, shut up. Anyway. Thematically, The God Slayer is a big departure from what Pathia is known for, namely My Time series, said Zifei Wu. Yeah, so it is going to be China Slop, but we'll give it a try, baby. Founder and creative director of Pathia in a press release. However, We've made multiple open world RPGs before, filled with beloved characters and varied systems for players to experiment with and flourish. The Godslayer has all that and more, with our talented development team attempting something darker and more serious in tone, bolstered by thrilling elemental combat at its core. All right, here's the rundown. Enter an Eastern-inspired steampunk metropolis where gods known as celestials reign with a divine fist. I need a drink. Hang on, sorry. In this premium open world RPG, you are an Elemancer who refuses to bow to his creators. Infused with the elemental powers and a heart of vengeance, you will dethrone them all. You will rise to be the Godslayer. Long ago, the godlike celestials created a human world and all living things in it, designing everything to cultivate a powerful force known as Chi to fuel their eternal lives. In this new age, humanity has learned to channel some of that chi energy, elemental powers, wielding fire, water, earth, metal, and wood through flowing martial artistry. Outraged that their divine energy is being used by mere mortals, the Celestials make a brutal example of humanity by conquering the strongest kingdom in the land in a single night, hunting down and killing the king and the kingdom's Elmancers, an event remembered as the Godfall. In this 40-hour story, okay, so that's a minimum 40 hours of gameplay, probably more if it's open world. Players assume the role of one of these gifted Elmancers, Cheng, as he seeks to galvanize a resistance against the merciless Celestials. Imbued with a sense of power and anger at the loss of his own family during the Godfall, Cheng must embark on a journey to change his world, avenge the fallen, and slay the gods that have wronged him. Featuring a darker tone than Pathfia's previous games, Godslayer features free-form RPG gameplay that players love with fully customizable elemental combat, a giant capital city named Joe to explore, factions to befriend or battle, and mission design that enables players to make different choices on how they achieve their objectives. We like choices matter. We like choices matter. This exciting new release was first mentioned as part of Sony's Interactive Entertainment's China Hero project at China Joy 2023. Over the past 2 years, Pathé has been crafting and refining their vision to create a fully immersive open world story experience. Okay, here's what the game is going to be like. Let me blow my nose real quick. Okay, thank you for waiting. A reactive steampunk metropolis. Lose yourself in a unique fantasy steampunk setting enhanced with Eastern flair. Set foot in the capital city of Zhou Kingdom, an urban metropolis that has experienced a technological revolution with an assortment of airships, steamboats, monorails, and steam vehicles. A fortunate few in the upper class savor the miracle of air-conditioned homes and mechanical washing drums, while in the poor neighborhoods, the vast majority still toil in soot-blackened factories or bow beneath the weight of noble privilege. Customizable elemental combat. Combine water, earth, metal, and fire, and wood. They mentioned wood. To create powerful attacks and weaponry. Use these abilities to bend the environment to your whim in direct combat. Experiment with different strategic options. Create your own fully customizable fighting style to dominate enemies big and small. Every encounter is a challenge. Every battle a chance to unleash thrilling elemental combos that scratch your creative itch. Confront challenges your way. Missions in the Godslayer will allow players to approach them in multiple ways. For instance, players are free to attack all enemies head on. They can bribe guards to look the other way. They can activate elemental powers to create diversions, distract enemies. They can pathfind in usually hidden side routes and utilize other means to achieve their objective. A story of vengeance. Embark on a thrilling story-driven campaign filled with interesting characters and intriguing twists and turns. Choose your allies, inspire people across the city, and overthrow scheming gods to bring justice to the world. And let's watch the video, shall we? Right there, that's me, the console peasant right there. Now this is clearly a cinematic. This is not gameplay. Hopefully there'll be some gameplay. 9 minutes. Holy shit! All right, we're gonna be here a while. Then we're gonna be here a little while. I mean, there's probably some gameplay in here. I want to see some gameplay. I'm digging the good realism. Although maybe I shouldn't be liking the same, because how could I see myself as an Asian man? How can I do that? My dick is definitely bigger. Whoa. I feel a little bit of Avatar in this, The Last Airbender. Whoa! Whoa! That's a biggin. That's a biggin. Kel, the human eye cannot see 8K resolution. You know damn well. Human eye can't perceive that. And why would I need a 240 frames per second? Frames per second is overrated. Hello. She's got some boobies. She's got some boobies. Oh, I want to fight it. All right. Now I think that was a cinematic trailer. So we're gonna get gameplay now. And in 8 minutes, guys, Jed will be having a stream. Once we're done here, I'm gonna send you guys over there. So in 10 minutes, Jed starts his own live stream. Go check that out. Footage, game, and not present. Okay. All right, this is gameplay.
The hideout is on fire. Celestials. Master, they must be after the researcher.
Could be. We need to act fast. I'll deal with the Celestials. You go on ahead and find out what's going on. Don't do anything rash.
All right, put on the mask. All right, here we go. Gameplay. This is what I want to see. Gameplay. Seamless transition. I like it. I want to see the combat. I want to see the exploration. Here we go.
Easy for you to say. No.
See, I appreciate this. Now we're going to see how this game looks here. We get a real look at this.
How do I get past all the soldiers?
What happened?
Oh, wait. Again, is it?
And he tells me not to do anything rash.
Well, can we get some stealth kills? Can we get a stealth kill? No. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I just want some chips.
What? There you go.
Damn! Stop right there!
Now I wonder, is everything going to be do this elemental related shit, or is he going to get weapons? I really want him. I hope he can get some weapons, because it feels wrong if I never have weapons.
It's you!
All right. So what we're seeing here, very interesting. The environment, very environment interactive. I like that. I'm liking that. It makes you think. You're not just button mashing. You got to think.
Whoa, too many.
Oh, there's a big one. There's a big boy. Oh, good block. Good block. So it looks like it's going to be all martial arts, no weapon wielding. I can live with that. I can live with that. I would prefer a weapon or two, but I can live with that. I mean, here's why. Here's why. This isn't a customized character. This is a story-driven character, or story in story character. I'm not. It's not my own custom character. Therefore, I'm playing as this guy. I'm not making my own way, but it will still give me customizable fighting techniques. That I can work with that. Oh.
Have a taste of my ass!
That's an axe. I think that's more a hammer.
No, put it out! Put it out!
Oh, I like that move. I like that move. Oh, there you go. Never mind. Weapon usage. There it is. Temporary, but cool.
Cool off, you lot.
Environment. Use your environment. I like it.
No.
Spinneroonie.
Gonna be cold.
It definitely has that Avatar Last Airbender feel to it. Basically,
What's going on here?
Here we are. Fodder, fools, humans. Which is me?
No, he said, have a taste of my axe. Take your degenerate Lalafell brain out of it. Oh, and by the way, Kill, we did not get the house. I was number 17, and 16 of 17 won. Goddamn. Oh! Whoa. Look at that pretty boy.
That must be Master.
Oh, bitch slap. Now this is a cinematic here. All right, here we go. Now, see, because those guys are fire based, you're going to use going to kind of use going to do that. I feel you. I mean, the update's coming, and I'm into the update, but I think we overdid it again, and the fact that so few of us are playing kind of overdid it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying it. It'd be kind of nice if things went our way, wouldn't it? There you go. Oh, okay. See, that's right. Use your water. Hey, interesting. See, now, obviously, when we're playing this, we'll have a HUD, and we're going to see all this stuff. I'm wondering how he's chaining all these abilities together. The unfortunate thing is my sub just re-upped. My sub just re-upped because I kept it going because content patch in a week, and I do want to do it, and I do love it. I do love the game, but again, once again, we failed to generate people to play with us. That's the unfortunate thing. We gave it our best, and due to, and this is not a shot, due to Dermy's cyclical play on things, he's out. Weasel's playing multiple things, and he's on a break, and the four of us were the core, and it's unfortunate. We failed to generate a team this time around again. So I'll probably let this sub go. And what's going to happen is I'm probably going to let my sub run out again after this next round. And we'll see if we get an expansion announcement for next year. That, of course, would bring me back. But we'll see. We'll see. It's unfortunate. I really want to play 14 with people, but we just can't seem to get people interested. It's the suck part. Need more firepower.
Go! Head for the signal.
Yeah, at some point you're going to figure out how to fight that thing. Nice, nice. I knew that was going to happen.
Come on!
Godslayer. All right. I like the look of this game. This looks like it'll be fun. I'm gonna look at getting this. Hopefully, it comes out next year. Hopefully, they say 2027. That looked pretty good to me. Maybe they're a lot closer than we know now. Maybe it'll come out this year. I kind of hope it does. That looks like a lot of fun. I'm definitely down with that. I think you guys would be down for me to stream that. It feels like that'd be a good, fun streaming game. Oops, there we go. All right. Okay, that's all I got. And according to this, you guys don't seem to want to do anything else. So I guess we'll wrap it up. I guess we'll put an end to the stream. Once again, I feel bad about the way things are turning out with 14 right now. I really thought we could get people to play it more, but it's what it is. I'm probably at this point, considering we are all kind of waning in, I'm probably going to stop bidding on houses. Pathia. That was the publisher. Pathia. Let me go back and look at that again. Pathia Games. Pathia Games. That's who made that. They're not known for this type of game. This is like something very new. This is a new type of thing for them. They're usually, it looks like they do normally very easygoing shit. Normally look, they're not known for this type of game. This is their first hardcore looking game. So I'm willing to give it a shot. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up then. We'll put an end to the show here. Okay, so schedule today. Let's keep an eye out. Lots of stuff coming out today and tomorrow. I got lots of videos to edit out. Tonight at probably 11:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing Doctor Who Cares reviews. We'll be talking the war between the land and the sea. Myself, Jed, possibly Dermy. And then tomorrow is Tuesday, and I have no plans at the moment because I would do Chapman Watches reviews, but I do not have time to watch the movie Kel has ordered. I don't have time. I'll have time tomorrow night because then we'll don't have anything else going on for Wednesday. But so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Rest of the week, we'll see what the week gives us. We've already gotten the president of the Takeover news, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, right now as we end this, you guys will be sent over to Jed's live stream, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Hit that like button. Remember, your support is always appreciated. We continue to try and get the channel to the next level. And we'll see what happens as we goes on. So thank everybody for being here today. Hopefully, maybe I'll be not quite as sick tomorrow. Maybe I can start to finally shake whatever this is completely. And I'll get back to normal. Until then, guys, you guys have a good rest of your day. And take it easy.